In this video, we'll look at our last handful of irregular verbs in the imperfect tense, but fortunately, some of them are conjugated as if they were regular verbs, in this tense. So it makes it really good, makes it real nice and more simplified. But let's look at some of the verbs. We'll start with saber, to know. Remember, this is to know facts or to know about things. And this is conjugated as if it were a regular ER verb, okay, in the imperfect tense. So it's eu sabia, você, ele, ela sabia, nós sabíamos, and vocês, eles, elas sabiam. So, eu sabia muito sobre sua história. I knew or used to know a lot about his history. Ele sabia bastante da equipe. He knew or used to know a lot about the team. Okay, he knew the players, he knew, all the statistics, things like that. He knew a lot. Ele sabia. Nós sabíamos sobre os carros. We knew about the cars. We knew a lot about them, or used to know a lot about them. Nós sabíamos. And eles sabiam do meu sucesso. They knew about my success. Eles sabiam. All right, next verb. All right, seguir, to follow. Now you'll notice it's conjugated like a regular IR verb in the imperfect tense, right? Just cut off the IR and add the ia, íamos, iam, right? Eu seguia, você, ele, ela seguia, nós seguíamos, and vocês, eles, elas seguiam. So the sentences are, eu seguia o caminho certo. I followed or used to follow the right path. Okay, I always did. I always followed the right path. Eu seguia. Ela seguia o seu coração. She followed or made it a habit of following her heart. Ela seguia. Nós seguíamos a ordem correta. We followed the correct order. And eles seguiam a trilha até o topo da montanha. They followed or used to follow the trail to the top of the mountain. Okay, so seguia, seguia, seguíamos, seguiam. Sair, to leave. Also conjugated like a regular IR verb in the imperfect tense. So, eu saía, você, ele, ela saía, nós saíamos, and vocês, eles, elas saíam. So, ia, íamos, iam. Eu saía cedo para trabalhar. I left early, or I used to leave early to work. All right. Você saía tarde quando era adolescente. You went out late when you were a teenager. Você saía. You left. You went out, or you used to go out. And then I used era, adolescente, when you used to be an adolescent, right, a teenager. Nós geralmente saíamos do restaurante depois de jantar. We usually left the restaurant after eating dinner. Okay, nós saíamos. And eles sempre saíam antes de nós. They always left before us. They always used to leave before we did. So eles saíam. All right. Next is sentir, also conjugated like a regular IR verb. In the imperfect tense, eu sentia, drop the IR on the end of sentir and add ia, right? Ia, íamos, iam. Eu sentia, você, ele, ela sentia, nós sentíamos, and vocês, eles, elas sentiam. So, eu sentia a força do vento fora da minha casa. I felt the strength of the wind outside my house. All right, maybe it was just a regularly occurring thing. It always happened. The wind would always kick up, and eu sentia. I used to feel it. Ele sentia a chuva na cabeça. He felt the rain on his head. Nós sentíamos o frio da água. We felt the cold of the water. And eles sentiam a dor da colisão. They felt the pain of the collision. Okay, so again, these the difference between preterite and imperfect, you know, if you could use the preterite form in a lot of these sentences, and it just means that it happened one time. It was just a kind of a like sometimes an isolated incident. It's over, it's done. But if you use the imperfect like this, it implies that it happened or used to happen, and there's not really a set moment in time that it started and stopped. It was kind of again, more of a fluid thing. All right, so that's the difference again between preterite and imperfect, but it gives you an idea. So let's go on to the next verb. Conseguir, right? To get, to achieve, to be able to. Also conjugated like a regular IR verb in the imperfect tense. So eu conseguia, você, ele, ela conseguia, nós conseguíamos, and vocês, eles, elas conseguiam. Ia, íamos, iam. So the sentences I gave are: eu conseguia boas notas na escola. I got or used to get good grades in school. Eu conseguia. Infelizmente, ela não conseguia muito. Unfortunately, she did not achieve much. You know, over a period of time, or she didn't used to achieve much, okay? Nós conseguíamos falar muito com ele. We managed to speak a lot with him, okay? So it wasn't just a one-time conversation. It was over a period of time, or many times. We managed to speak with him. Eles quase sempre conseguiam chegar na hora. They almost always managed to arrive on time. Eles conseguiam. So it was something they didn't just arrive one time on time. They used to arrive many times over the course of years or months or wherever, but they used to arrive on time. Okay, eles conseguiam. And finally, por, to put or to place. This one is conjugated differently. This is one you just have to memorize. And so it's eu punha, você, ele, ela punha, nós punhamos, and vocês, eles, elas punham. So, eu punha a mesa bem bonitinha. I set, or I used to set, the table really nicely. You know, when I set it, I always set it really nicely. It was many, many times over the course of months or years or whatever. Eu punha, I used to set the table, right? Você punha 3 coisas na minha mão todo dia. You put 3 things, or used to put 3 things in my hand every day. All right? Você punha. Nós punhamos dinheiro na bolsa dela. We put, or used to put, money in her purse. Eles punham a escada perto da casa. They placed, or they used to put the ladder close to the house. All right, whenever they did work on the roof, they used to put the ladder close. It wasn't just a one-time thing, but, a lot of times. So, eles punham. So, there you have it. That is kind of a wrap-up of other verbs conjugated in the imperfect tense. You just need to practice them. A lot of them follow the regular conjugation forms for AR, ER, IR verbs, but there are some that are totally different that you just have to memorize, and it comes with practice. So, agora é sua vez.